Thanks for making some time to chat about homelessness in Seattle and the work that you're doing at Aurora Commons. I'm wondering if you could just talk a little bit about how you've watched the evolution of homelessness in Seattle over the past few years and where we're at now.
I think specifically over the course of this last year, what we've seen with homelessness in particular is how it has become more visible in our neighborhoods. And there are some who think that the visibility of homelessness is unsightly or is uncomfortable or is stressful. And what we found is that early in COVID, the police response to non-life-threatening calls really went down. What we saw is more visibility of people being in place.
Shelter in place?
Sheltering in place. So our numbers did double during COVID, and I think part of that was because we had some resources that people couldn't find anywhere else. We were seeing folks traveling farther to get their needs met, and are still seeing that.
The Aurora Commons work started small, has grown, is making a significant impact on Aurora, but not just on Aurora.
We believe that love and belonging is at the widest part of the Commons hierarchy of needs. Our unhoused neighbors are accessing services, but they also feel seen. They also feel loved. They also feel valued and a part of a community. Introducing love into the work that we do is inspiring.
You're bringing relationship to the table rather than merely, and I put this in quotes, goods and services, right? It's like people don't just need a meal and a hat. People need to be seen, to be heard. Their story needs to be known. And when that happens, it changes not only the recipient in a sense, but the quote unquote giver, and there's a mutuality.
We've been in a leased space for 10 years. And every few years, there's this threat of us needing to move. You know, the landlord might not renew our lease if we can't stop camping from out here. And so even in saying that, I ended up realizing that was really unsettling for people to imagine that the Commons is always at threat of not being their haven and not being their safe place. It would be incredibly grounding, not just for the staff and the leadership of the Commons, but also for our neighbors to know that this is our place, that you are welcome here, that this is not going to go away. And there are so many other things, there's so many more things that we could be doing and offering and resources that we could be connecting people to if we were in our permanent home.
I'm so grateful that you've taken the time to address these issues. Know that you are in our prayers often as you move towards this next step. What does God have for you in terms of a permanent home? And so we wish you all the best in that. This spring, we're seeking to raise $500,000 in the 50 days from Easter to Pentecost, catalyzing a movement of compassion across the city of Seattle for the unhoused and sustaining the ministry of the Commons for generations to come. We're asking that you first pray and reflect on your relationship with God and your unhoused neighbors, and second, that you give above and beyond your normal tithes and offerings to support the long-term home of the Aurora Commons. Join me in embodying a common compassion for our city. Thank you.